everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner and I'm going to show you how to cook healthy home-baked sweet potato fries. Now fries don't have to be deep fried to be tasty, and they also don't have to be made with just potatoes. You can make them with sweet potatoes, and that's actually a really great option. They're nice and sweet and crunchy, and you can add some really great spices to sweet potatoes and make them oh so good. So I'm starting with about 2 pounds of potatoes. That's 3 large ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just peeling off the parts that maybe don't look so nice or that need to be gouged out with the eye remover. So that's how I'm going to start. Save those peelings for future soups, stews, and stocks. You can store them in a resealable plastic bag in your freezer, and they're great for that purpose. I like to keep as much of the skin on as I can because it's healthier. There's lots of nutrients in there, minerals and vitamins in the skins. And most of the time, we peel off the skins of different fruits and vegetables when we can really keep them on there and get a heck of a lot more nutrition. Plus, it's nice and tasty and they crisp up beautifully. So save what you can. If you have to peel the whole thing, that's fine. Make sure you wash your potatoes before you start working with them as well, even if you are peeling them. So now that you've finished peeling them, I have some skin on and some not. I left what looks really nice and I got rid of what didn't. So now I'm gonna cut these guys into 1/2 inch sticks. Now you could cut them into medallions if you want to, or pretty much any shape, as long as they're about 1/2 inch thick, whatever it is you like. So that's what I'm going to do next. I've saved that all my peels in the freezer, and I'm just going to kind of cut on a diagonal so that I don't get super long fries like this. I get, you know, medium-ish size fries. More uniform anyway. Make sure you're using a nice sharp knife. Most accidents in the kitchen happen when you're using a knife that is not sharp, because you have to use more pressure to push it through, and that causes accidents. So a nice sharp knife will help you, because sweet potatoes are extremely dense vegetables, but they are also some of the most nutrient-dense vegetables too. Very good for you. I like seeing the little bit of skin on there. I think that looks nice. So we're gonna rinse and repeat on all of these sweet potatoes until they're all cut into nice little sticks, like French fries. So as I'm cutting them, I'm just gonna throw them into a nice large bowl because I'm gonna toss them with spices and a little bit of oil. Now these would be a great side dish for nearly any entree I can think of. Any kind of meat-based entree. They'd be great with chicken, it'd be great with burgers, steaks, you name it, it'd be great. Beautiful with fish and chips, as the chips. So I'm done cutting the 3 large sweet potatoes, and these fries are about 1/2 inch, okay? You can see that it has a little bit of that skin on. I love that. So nice. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm getting my spices prepared. I'm going to freshly grind some pepper, because freshly ground pepper is so much more intense and flavorful than the stuff that's already ground that you get at the store. You can also grind it as finely or coarsely as you like, and I like just a little bit of chunk with my pepper as well. So I'm gonna add, I don't know, about 1 teaspoon of that, eyeball it, or to your own desired taste. Now I'm gonna use some sea salt, and this is just regular fine sea salt right now. At the end, I'm going to add some extra salt, and I'm gonna use a nice flake sea salt for that. It's not only for a nice taste, it's not only for the pretty aesthetics of it, but it feels nice, it's crunchy too, it's textural. A little bit of salt, again, to your own desires. A pinch or 2 of sugar, and you can use any of your favorite spices. You can use a little cayenne, which is what I'm going to use tonight, a shake or 2. Hi, Mom.
Hi. Oh, look at that.
Sweet potato fries.
Oh, I love them.
Baked ones.
Mm.
And I'm going to use about 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. This is a sweet smoked paprika, but you can use a spicy one if you like. I just love sweet potatoes done this way.
So good. It smells lovely too.
Yep. And a great tip I have for you for extra crispy sweet potato fries is just a pinch of cornstarch.
Lovely.
Have you heard of that before, Mom?
I've seen you do this.
Yeah. Just a pinch.
Actually, cornstarch can be used in many ways.
So many ways. In different ways.
Yes. If you add a little bit of cornstarch to your flour for cookies, they come out really, really melt in your mouth.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yes.
Now I'm going to add probably 2 tablespoons of olive oil, or whatever kind of oil you like or prefer. I'm going to just eyeball it though. You don't have to like measure it perfectly either. and I'm just gonna toss these all together. I have my oven preheating to 450 degrees, and I have my baking mats in there heating as well. I have baking mats on there so that these guys don't stick, because they tend to have a lot of sugar in sweet potatoes. That's why they're called sweet. They're gonna caramelize up, and if you don't have a baking sheet or some parchment underneath, they are gonna stick to your precious baking mats and you're not gonna be happy. So just go ahead and toss that all up. Make sure that they're completely coated with all those nice spices that you've added. But a couple other spices that would be nice, you could use cumin, you could use regular paprika, you could use some turmeric, you could use chili powder, coriander, ground coriander would be nice.
You could even put rosemary with it.
Sure could. So many different flavors you can go with.
So it's whatever you like, whichever kind of an herb or a spice that you like.
That's
you just
right.
Throw it in there.
That's right. All right, so let's get our baking mats out and we're gonna toss them on there. You're probably gonna need 2 baking mats for 3 large sweet potatoes.
Yes.
All right, my baking sheets are nice and hot, and I'm just going to evenly disperse these sweet potatoes that are coated with the spices and the oil onto both of these sheets. And in they go. They're gonna take roughly, you know, depending on how thickly you slice them, these guys will probably take 25 minutes, I'm thinking. But I am gonna start checking them around 15 to make sure all is well, because it is a high temperature at 450.
And I think they bake it a little more quickly than white ordinary potatoes.
I believe so as well. I believe so as well. So you're just gonna put them on the nice hot sheets, and you're gonna spread them out so they're not touching. They have enough room to crisp up and roast up.
Yeah, so every surface is exposed to the heat.
That's right. You want it all to be nice and browned and tender on the inside. That sweet smoked paprika smells so good. All right, so into the oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's get these potatoes on the other baking sheet.
You never have enough.
No, don't. When they're this good and they're crispy and they're sweet and delicious, savory, everyone's gonna be wanting more, for sure. The key is to keep them warm.
Yes.
All right, well, it's been 15 minutes. They are already starting to brown and crisp up a little bit. They smell fantastic. I'm going to flip them quickly. Don't be afraid if you get a little bit of those charred bits on there. That's the point. That's actually gonna taste more like caramely than burnt, so don't be worried about that. Sweet potatoes are beautiful, a little bit charred, especially when they come out of the oven like that or from the barbecue. Boy, that's good. Wouldn't you agree, Mom?
Oh, absolutely.
We're serving these sweet potatoes alongside some chicken tonight. Like I said, you can serve them with anything you want. They would also be good for appetizers and not just a side dish. You could make a little dip and use that to dip them in for an appetizer. It'd be really nice. Nice change. So you want them to brown and crisp on all sides. You're also going to switch the baking sheets of your sweet potato fries in the oven so that they evenly cook. I rotate them and switch them up and down. So I'm also going to just test them quickly for doneness. Make sure they're tender. So they're tender, and I just want to crisp them up a little bit more. So I'm going to put them back into that oven for probably another 5 minutes to crisp up really well. They look beautiful. Now I'm going to show you what I mean about this char. That's what you want. You want a little bit of a char like this. See that? Oh, that's so tasty. That's where it's all at, that flavor. I'm just going to see if it's crispy enough for me. I'm going to put these back into the oven for another maybe 2 minutes, and then I have one more trick up my sleeve. Oh boy, these are absolutely perfect. So now what am I gonna do? What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn my oven off, and I'm gonna let these guys sit in there for like another 10 minutes or so. That's gonna help crisp them up, and they won't roast too much further. They won't get too much more darkened. So that's our plan. They're gonna crisp right up. Really excited. Yum. All right, these guys have been sitting in that closed oven for 10 minutes with it turned off, and I've just put them all on one sheet at this point. They look so beautiful. They smell so good. Ooh, they're nice and crispy. And the last thing I need to do is just finish them off with some nice flake sea salt. Now, flake sea salt is really nice aesthetically. It's aesthetically pleasing for the foodie. It feels good crunching through your fingers. It looks beautiful on your as a finishing salt for, you know, this kind of stuff, side dishes or even your meats and stuff. Beautiful. It's such a nice foodie addition to your kitchen. Would you like to try one?
Wow. Yes, I would.
They're so pretty. I love that char.
Oh my gosh.
It's like eating a roasted marshmallow.
Roasted marshmallow candy.
Oh, that's good.
All the sugars come right out.
A nice crunchy salt on there. The darkest ones are my favorite ones.
Me too. I pick them all the time.
They are so delicious. Now I'm going to show you one of these fries. This is my ideal fry. A little bit of that char like that. Quite a bit of that char like that. Not all of them are this dark. But, oh, they're nice. And inside, they're so soft and moist. And the outside is kind of crispy and fluffed up. It's like a pillow in there.
It's so delicious.
Man, those are good.
Or you could make dips or stuff like this, but it sure isn't necessary because, man, that flavor is amazing.
So full of flavor. I suggest just choosing one of those spices like the smoked paprika. Add a little bit of cayenne, just gives a little bit of heat. But that smoked paprika is nice. Beautiful. It goes so perfectly with the sweetness of the sweet potato.
I can't get over how sweet it is. It's just like eating candy.
It really
so
is.
Good.
That's a good dessert.
What are you having for dessert? Oh, sweet potatoes.
Gorgeous. Anyhow, that's how you do it. I'm going to show you this tray one more time. They are really, really lovely. I hope you try out this recipe and a few of these tricks that you might not have known. You're going to love this. So that's how you do it, folks. That's how you cook healthy, home-baked sweet potato fries.
Delicious.
Absolutely delicious. So, be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So good.